Welcome to Signal to Alpha, your essential market briefing. I'm Lady Muriel, cutting through the noise to deliver what moves markets today. Let's get you your alpha before the opening bell. High-level rundown. President Trump arrives in Beijing today for crucial talks with President Xi Jinping. Wholesale inflation hits a 4-year high. Treasury yields hold near 5%, and Netflix clarifies its live sports strategy. Plus, computing power may soon trade like oil. Let's start with the main event. President Trump touches down in Beijing this Wednesday for a 2-day summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. This is the first state visit to China since 2017. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum says Trump enters these negotiations in the strongest position of any U.S. leader ever. China's economy is stumbling while ours remains resilient. Their strategic oil stockpile is dwindling, and they're the world's most energy-dependent major economy. Burgum highlighted Trump's geopolitical leverage, restricting China's access to cheap Venezuelan and Iranian oil. The agenda includes trade disputes, tariff arrangements, Taiwan arms sales, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and China's nuclear expansion. Trump's bringing executives from Apple, Boeing, Tesla, BlackRock, and Goldman Sachs. The administration plans to propose a U.S.-China Board of Trade framework, potentially covering double-digit billions in non-sensitive goods. Taiwan's watching nervously. Over 50 Chinese aircraft crossed the Taiwan Strait median line this past week. Taiwan's biggest fear is that Trump might shift U.S. language from does not support Taiwan independence to opposes Taiwan independence. Now to inflation news that's rattling markets. Wholesale prices jumped 1.4% in April, the biggest monthly advance in over 4 years. The Producer Price Index has climbed 6% over the past year. This follows consumer price data showing inflation hitting a 3-year high. Treasury yields are holding near 5%. Skylar Wynand, Chief Investment Officer at Regan Capital, notes the market is pricing in more downside risk on inflation than upside. On the streaming front, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos clarified the company's live sports strategy yesterday. Netflix is not bidding on full-season packages for any sports league. Instead, they're targeting marquee events. They hold rights to 5 NFL games in 2026, including the league's first game in Australia, plus a Thanksgiving Eve matchup and Christmas Day doubleheader. The Justice Department is investigating NFL streaming deals, and FCC Chairman Brendan Carr is questioning whether the league should keep its 1961 antitrust exemption. Currently, accessing all NFL games requires YouTube TV's NFL Sunday Ticket plus subscriptions to Amazon Prime, Peacock, and Netflix, totaling over $1,500 annually. Here's something that'll reshape markets. CME Group plans to launch futures contracts for computing power. Since ChatGPT's launch, computing power has been compared to oil as a critical 21st century commodity. The standardized futures contract would let investors trade AI compute capacity through traditional derivatives markets. That's your signal to alpha for today. Subscribe for tomorrow's essential market briefing. Trade smart, stay informed. Check us out at capitalcopilot.io.